I feel like most of us are holding ourselves back. It's like doing all the things except the one that really moves the needle. And this is the reason I am creating this video. It's October now. That means we have less than 3 months left in 2025. So I am going to take 75 days of content creation challenge to document my journey. And the main purpose of this challenge is to show up daily and build the habits to show up daily. And I am inviting you to join this challenge with me. It's going to be so much fun. And if you're telling yourself that, oh, I'll start creating content once I'll do this thing, once I'll do that thing, let me tell you, let me hold your hand and tell you that you can do that thing and post. You don't need to do it before. You can create content, you can show up, and you can do that thing as well. Because this is what you have been telling yourself from last year. And there always will be another thing to do, right? And if you're like, I really want to do this challenge, first of all, start by asking, why would you want to do this challenge? Why would you want to invest your precious time, energy, and efforts into this 75-day content creation challenge? The way I see content creation, it is a habit. And this is the habit that my future self has. And this is what I want to be. And that's why, to build this habit, to build this muscle, I am taking this 75-day content creation challenge. So this is my goal. So there are 4 rules for this challenge. So the first rule is posting daily for 75 days. So posting daily doesn't mean creating daily, filming daily. It means just posting daily. And you can create in a way that works with your energy, your time, and everything. Do whatever works best with your energy. But rule number 1 is you have to post daily. Rule number 2, make the process simple, easy, and fun. Why? Because we want to build a habit, right? And if you make things complicated, you are not going to stick to it. So this is the process. We don't want to complicate so much things. We just want to simplify anything and everything. We want to make it like process easy and fun. And this is the second rule. Yes, you don't have to go overboard in some area. You can go if you really, really want to. Obviously it's your inner expression. But make sure when you are creating content, you are enjoying the process. And at first, it won't be, as much enjoying because you will be figuring out a lot of things, but you will love it. Rule number 3, create content that inspires you. Because we want to create content that comes from our heart. We want to create content that reaches to people, resonates deeply to people. Think of it like an artist, we are creating an art, but like content. So yeah, rule number 4, treat numbers like numbers. Use it to understand what is working, what is not working. And let me hold your hand before I tell you that these numbers, these metrics are not the reflection of who you are as a person or your self-worth. Your self-worth, your business is not defined by just these numbers, right? It's defined by your customers, your clients. And there are multiple ways. There are multiple ways for you to get where you want to go. And this is just the process. Content creation is a skill, and this is what we are going to learn in this 75 days content challenge, right? And I have created a Telegram group for you where I will be sharing all the behind the scene, how I am creating my processes, my system, everything in that group. The link will be in the description. Make sure to join this group. Are you joining this 75-day challenge? If yes, comment to set the intention. Take the first action from here. So let me tell you a few more things. So whenever you feel like not posting, you can watch this and then you can, get back on track. First thing first, you have one life. Like we all have one life, right? It's not just you or me. We all have only one life. And we are not going to live for 1,000 years, right? We are not vampires, right? So if you don't take action for your dreams, for your goals, for the things you really, really want, like who will? Let that sink in. If you don't take action, if you don't go after for the things you want, for your goals, for your dreams, then who will? Nobody will. Simple. So take action so that you can go after your dreams. And if content creation, personal branding is one of your dreams, then start by taking the 75-day challenge. I know social media feels scary, because if you build some other business, people are not going to see as much. But if you are creating content, everybody can see how good you are doing, how bad you are doing, and it feels scary, We don't want to look at someone who is trying to be something. We all love to hear stories like success stories, someone who made it. Obviously, we all love transformation stories, but as someone who is just trying, and people also love to see other people's journey. But if you are someone who is sharing your own journey, it feels a little bit difficult, So when you are in your initial stages, it feels like people are going to judge you. What if your content is cringe? What if that other person is going to say? What if you fail? What if things don't work out? But that's the part of the process. Because content creation is a skill. For some people, they learn faster. For some people, it takes time. And that's fine. But if you leave midway, you will probably never be better at it. So there is one more thing I want to address here. And I have heard like time and time again in my consultation calls. So I believe in spirituality and all the woo-woo stuff. And to start this challenge, you don't have to believe in that if you don't, right? If you believe in that, all well and good. DM me on Insta, okay? So people tell me, Aditya, I'm not able to take action because I have this block. I have that block. Because of this, I am healing right now. That's why I'm not taking action. But if you are healing, take your time, like take your own time for 20 days or a month. But are you healing? Are you just doing your inner work for 2 years, last 2 years, and not working on your business and not actually opening the door where the money can come in, where you can get opportunities? The block is you not taking action, and the only way you can heal that is by taking action. Let me give you one example. If someone is deathly afraid of water, they cannot get over this fear just by reading books. They never will. The only way for them is to get into the water, get it into the pool and start. And obviously the first day is going to be scary, and you don't have to be a good swimmer on first day. And the first day is all about like you going to the pool and you can put your feet down in the water, and this is the starting point, the baby steps, and this is how you can get over the fear of water, and this is how you can get over the fear of being seen, by taking the 75-day challenge, right? So remember, baby steps for posting and for everything. Even if you have fear of being seen or fear of being perceived as cringe, then you can start with something that is moves in your direction, baby steps, right? So if you're not comfortable on video, you can start by posting text-based posts. You can start with LinkedIn. That's what I did. I started creating content on LinkedIn last year. It took me time. Then I started posting on YouTube. So obviously I was not comfortable on video first, but I came here, like I did get here. It takes time, but baby steps, right? And you don't need a lot of stuff to get started, right? All you need is a phone, a mic, and a tripod. That's all you need to get started. When I started, I only had these three. I had a normal tripod, which is like not a tripod, it's a selfie stick. I used my phone and one mic, that's all. And that's where I started. So now let's talk about content pillars, that what kind of content you will create, right, for this 75-day challenge. So I generally recommend my clients, and that's how I do it. The first pillar is skills and expertise. This is where you will talk about your skills, what you are good at and everything. And if you feel like you're not good at anything, just document the journey of learning something. Okay? Simple as that. The second one is habits, routines, and mindset. You understand what will come in that. The third one is personal. It's all about your perspective, opinions, experiences, your stories, personal life. Personal is about personal. And I will link the video in the description where I have explained these content pillars in a very detailed manner, and you can watch that video. So let's talk about editing. So I'm not going to talk about heavy softwares here. I am going to talk about very minimal, very easy, something that works in your phone as well. So if you're from India, then use InSort, because I personally use InSort. And if you're not from India, and if you have CapCut available in your country, then you can use CapCut, right? And there is one more app, it's called Edits. It also works pretty well. So I generally use InSort and Edits. So you can use Edits, InSort, or CapCut, whatever feels most aligned with you. But just keep it easy, nothing fancy, nothing complicated, because that's the process we are going for. You don't need to figure out everything at once. You can go ahead and you can figure it out on the way. Sometimes clarity comes after taking action. Sometimes the perspective as an expert, it comes after completing the journey, not before the journey, right? So don't overthink it, just take action, get started. Now comes the most important part. What will you do when you feel like not posting? First thing first, keep the promises to yourself. Whatever promise you make to yourself, keep them, because that's what builds the self-trust. And self-trust, it helps you in your confidence, in your self-esteem, and a lot of areas. It's like a form of self-love. So whatever promise you make to yourself, keep it. And on the days you will feel like not posting, those days, it will define your growth. it will define everything, the energy you are bringing in this challenge. So plan beforehand, and that's how you will build self-trust. You are going to make mistakes, a lot of them, but you are going to learn faster than other people, faster than the people who are not taking any actions. And this is what my coach told me, that make mistake faster, learn faster, move faster than fear, and eat fear for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Just remember that. This is how you are going to grow. Obviously, whenever you are growing, you have to go a little bit of out of your comfort zone, right? That's how you grow. You cannot grow by living in your comfort zone. And obviously there is a balance, and I'm sure you know that and you understand that part, right? And that's it for this video. If you have any question, feel free to drop it in the comments. I would love to answer them. And if you are someone who wants to build a profitable personal brand, then I have put together a playlist for you, and it will be on the screen. And in this playlist, I have covered basics of content creation and personal branding, basically everything you need to build a strong foundation. So yeah, see you on the other side.